What happened to Jessica after she was found taking part in a bank robbery? As some of you might already know, after she was found taking part in Davistown bank robbery, Jessica left Black Steel, but since her resignation was never approved by Cliff, she is technically still a member of this PMC. Nevertheless, the severity of her action can't be left unnoticed, and in the end she chose to be sent to the Colombian frontier to take responsibility for her action, despite being given the option to choose a lighter punishment, thanks to her family connection and wealth. And from Jessica Alter Operator Record, we learn a little bit about Jessica's life in the frontier. She's currently in one of the frontier camps where people, including those from Davistown, currently live and work. And she has been here for at least half a year. As mentioned in some Arknights stories, living on the Colombian frontier is harsh. They are pretty far away from civilization. There's a lot of complex issues in the camps that need to be dealt with. And there's also the risk of wild beasts or even bandits. Like how in Jessica Alter Operator Record, Jessica and Woodrow are dealing with a burden beast premature birth. But in the next second, a pioneer from the camp arrived, telling them there's a fight at the camp and he hopes Woody can calm things down. Considering Woody seems to have been assigned to be a sheriff at this frontier settlement. But Woody instead tells Jessica to go there and see if she can stop the fight, while he will take care of the little beast first. Jess then arrives at the camp and tries to stop the fight that was apparently started by this couple. But after learning the reason this couple fought each other is because the man doesn't want to be apart from his partner. Jessica is touched and begins to cry. Seeing this, the couple is freaked out, and instead of fighting, they now tries to cheer her up. Later that evening, Jess and her friends gathered for dinner. They learned about what happened earlier, and Jessica is ashamed, unable to control her emotion and do things as efficiently as Woodrow. But they told her it's fine and not to overthink, and said that if something like this happens again, she can just fire her gun to disperse the crowd. Especially after Miles explains that little ruckus like this has the potential to become real messy, so cutting to the heart of the matter is important. Then Helena, who later became known as Operator Coldshot, tells them to put all of that aside while she prepares a meal for them. But Jessica notices there's another plate on the table. Helena realizes she has unconsciously prepared a plate for Leon, who already passed away. Sometime later, we see Jess and Woody outside. Jessica said she feels bad for what happened at the dinner, saying she should have been more considerate, considering how much of a blow Leon's death is for Helena. Here we also know that Woodrow will leave the camp for a few months, which left Jessica a bit troubled because she will have to fill in for Woody. Saying she can't even notice the feelings of those close to her, and now she will have to take care of the entire camp. But Woody says there's still others who will help her, and he is also willing to teach Jessica more about frontier life before he leaves. So the next day, very early in the morning, Woody shows Jessica that she will need to wake up this early before anyone else, and do all sorts of things in the camp, like maintenance checks. He also said that if the time ever comes, Jessica will have to fight differently than her times in the PMC. She doesn't have all the support and equipment from Black Steel anymore, so she will have to make good use of what she has. They then went to see Jessica's shooting skill by using some bottles as a target. Jessica manages to shoot all of the bottles, but Woodrow says something that distracts Jessica, which makes her miss the last one. He expresses his concern about Jessica. These past few months he noticed Jessica is frustrated, most definitely because she is far away from her comfort zone, not ready for life on the frontier. And Woody is unsure if Jessica enduring all of this discomfort is one of her strengths, or is that she is embarrassed to admit it was a mistake coming here. In his heart, Woody wants Jessica to stay, but he also thinks that it will be better for her if she goes back to her family. Unable to decide, Woody then lets a coin toss to decide whether Jess should stay or leave this place. Jess is a bit angry seeing this, but she eventually admits that she is indeed frustrated. She is far away from the comfort she has known since birth. Everything here is so strange and unfamiliar to her. However, Jessica also says she has no regrets. Coming here is her own choice, and she intends to take responsibility. Besides, she likes being around Woody and the others, so she will stay, whatever is the result of that coin toss. After seeing Jessica's determination, Woody is relieved and reveals that it was not a coin, but rather his sheriff badge. He then pins it on Jessica's clothes, believing Jessica is now ready to replace him while he is away, also saying that Jessica is an admirable person who is willing to cry and fight for a stranger. So that's pretty much Jessica Alter Operator record. But we also know more about Jessica after the bank robbery, from her operator profile and dialogue. We know from her profile that she is still a sheriff, and at one point she established a Burden B station to help move people and items around the frontier area that cannot be reached by a vehicle. And later she also meets and works together with a local Rhodes Island branch office to help move medicine to the frontier. Then, at an unspecified time, she came to Rhodes Island Landship. Needless to say, everyone at Rhodes who knows her is surprised when they learn Jessica has put aside her mercenary career. And while it seems most know that it was because she disobeyed direct order from her mission. But only few people, including the doctor, know about the bank robbery. In her dialogue, Jessica also mentioned that she doesn't have as much money as she used to. Not only because she doesn't work as a merc or equipment tester anymore, she also has stopped taking money from her family trust fund. However, she said that she can still earn good enough money from pioneering, at least enough to maintain her equipment, and it seems that everything is going to be even better. Because in her file, Jessica said that her pioneers group planned to establish a logging business, and perhaps one day buy a small nomadic plate to improve the life in her settlement. We also know that while Jessica's father is mad and often argues with Jessica for what she did in Davistown, refusing family support and choosing to go to the frontier, her father still tried to defend Jessica. Like in her file, her father, who is the CEO of Raytheon, a renowned arm manufacturer in Terra, is willing to throw his dignity to the wayside and screaming at a reporter that tries to inquire if it's true that Jessica robbed a bank.